We're here with firefighter Peter Schuler, Captain Jeffrey Kime, Master Firefighter Gus Lavin, and firefighter James Blizzard. These personnel responded on July 21st, 2020 to a house in Rockville for a reported injured person after a fall. Upon the arrival of the crew, they were led to a patient who lived in the basement apartment. The patient's roommate stated he found the patient in that condition and was not sure what happened. The crew from ambulance 703 began to assess the patient and noted that she presented with a decreasing level of consciousness. The crew contacted ECC and requested ALS to assist. As the crew from ambulance 703 was continuing the patient assessment, she became pulseless and apneic. The crew immediately started high-performance CPR, placed the AED on the patient with no shock advised, and updated ECC and incoming units of the deterioration of the patient's condition. Upon the arrival of paramedic engine 703 Bravo and medic 723, the crews placed the patient on the cardiac monitor and noticed that she was in asystole. High-performance CPR was continued until a Lucas device could be placed on the patient. The crews worked together to intubate and ventilate the patient, establish an IO in the right humerus, administer lactated ringers and epinephrine, and assess the patient's blood glucose level and administer D10. The crews were able to find out from the patient's roommate that the patient was a dialysis patient who had missed her last treatment. The crew consulted with Shady Grove Adventist Hospital to obtain orders to administer sodium bicarb and calcium chloride due to the patient's history and non-compliance with dialysis. The next pulse check found the patient to be in pulseless ventricular tachycardia. The patient was defibrillated twice, and after the second shock, the patient had a palpable pulse. Amiodarone was prepared for administration and a 12 lead was performed. The patient was in an accelerated junctional rhythm, so the crew made the decision to pace the patient. Once it was determined that there was electrical and mechanical capture by the pacemaker, the crews worked together to prepare the patient for transport. During transport to Shady Grove, the crew continued to monitor and reassess the patient's conditions and vitals. Upon arrival to the hospital, patient care was transferred to the Shady Grove staff. Due to the skills, knowledge, and teamwork of the responders and the incredible staff at the Shady Grove Adventist Hospital, the patient survived and was released home neurologically intact after a short stay at the hospital. That's really awesome. Great job noticing the dialysis and figuring that out. That's really cool.
Married, so.